Are we on?
Yes, but I gotta hide this.
And
here we go.
Here. Hi, everyone.
Hi, guys.
Who are you?
Seth Rudetsky.
I'm James Wesley. Welcome to Stars in the House.
Wait, my hair looks crazy. Hi, guys. Yeah, wow. We're scheduling the hell out of this. Can I just give the big news about the star that contacted us?
Sure.
So a week from Saturday, we got an email from I still believe from Lea Salonga asking. I literally forgot, we're just inviting people like via my text and email, and James is looking at lists from Concert for America. So I just forgot about Lea Salonga. She asked to be on it. I was like, yeah, we want you. She's in Manila. She's in Manila. So she said, can I do Saturday? And I said, sure. What's the time difference? Well, the time difference is literally how many hours, James?
12 hours.
She's going to do our 2 p.m. broadcast. She's going to stay up until 2 a.m. and do our broadcast.
Sing her face off.
Literally, oh, yeah, she's fully singing. So it's not amazing. Literally,
her
2
neighbors
a.m.
won't mind.
Oh, yeah.
We're here for the Actors Fund, and this is our new web series to bring hope, to bring light, to bring education from Dr. LaPook, and bring our talented friends on board to bring some music with us.
Yes, live in the day and connect with people.
So hold on, because we got some people have been writing emails to starsinthehouse2020@gmail. So starsinthehouse2020. But I first want to read some donations that were left over from last night's show. And that's Nancy from California, 51. Thank you. Ruth from New York, 103. Gretchen, 515 from New York. I think I know who you are, Gretchen. Thank you. Our good friend Gretchen. Julia, 25 from Wisconsin. Linda, 51 from Massachusetts. Judy, $25 from New Jersey. Stephen from Washington, D.C., 25. Zachary, 18, Rhode Island. Shannon, 25, New York. Ursula, 25, California. And Teresa, $103. So that's it.
Thank you.
Now, some of these letters, I wanted to read a couple. I'm going to have my glasses on because I cannot see this.
Oh.
Yes.
There
I am. Shush. So this is literally from a Broadway fan in China. Dear Seth and James, I'm Teresa, and I'm a Broadway fan in China. I try to go to New York to see shows whenever I have enough time and money.
That's a lot of money to get to New York to see a show.
I appreciate your effort in making this concert series so much. It helps bring Broadway to our bedrooms around the world. Here in China, we are phasing out on this coronavirus. It's not completely gone, but we are getting much better. And she asked, and she goes on. It was really, really.
Let me be specific. We're phasing out on this corona crisis.
Yes, thank you.
Meaning that they followed the protocol. If we all follow the protocol that Dr. John LaPook is going to repeat again today, social distancing, hand washing,
right,
this will end. Dr. LaPook keeps saying that it will end this kind of mass craziness that's happening right now. So you've got to follow that protocol. And I'm talking to you, millennials. I'm a millennial. I totally identify with you.
Okay, now
I want to be out partying.
This is a show, Seth. I'm going to take off the glasses. This is a show about facts. Oh. This is about truth, not fiction. Okay, now, but
I'm a millennial.
Another letter. I just wanted real fast. This is literally aloha, Seth and James. Every time at this time of year, I make a pilgrimage from Hawaii to New York City to see Broadway Backwards, which has been canceled.
Yeah, the major fundraisers for Broadway Cares and Actors Fund are basically being canceled. So not only are they overwhelmed with the need for money, their regular income stream is not even happening.
So, and they normally come. They were literally on their way from Hawaii, and then when they got to California, they realized that they had to turn back home. And so they literally, they're making this, or Rich Ellis, thank you, Rich, is making this his Broadway breakfast because, of course, it's a little bit earlier than 2 o'clock in Hawaii.
Oh, wow.
And our evening shows are his afternoon matinees. So thank you, Rich. So one of the things I wanted to talk about before we bring on Dr. John LaPook is the kindness, because we, instead of going to our grocery store, we have a house upstate, and there's a little grocery store that's down the street, and we're vegetarians, and they don't necessarily carry everything we eat. And we asked them, we really want to support you as a small business, and we would prefer to, because we could tell that she was really taking care of social distancing and the whole thing.
She was wearing gloves.
For each different customer.
Every customer, she would change her gloves.
And we just wanted to support her. And she said, we'll order it. You tell us what you want, and we'll order it for you. And she literally, before last night's show, she called me and said, if you want to come at 7 o'clock, we close at 7. I'll stay open for you.
Because she knew that we had our show at 8. We were going to be busy all day. So she let us come at the very end.
And got her stuff and came here. So that's a shout out to Tammy. Thank you, Tammy, for that. And speaking of kindness, our friend Blake Ross, emailed us.
Who we love. I worked with her at Playboy for a million years. We've been pals forever. She started this fabulous site. I'm going to put it in her banner. Why don't you talk about it for a second?
It's called, she just created this, and it's called Kindness of Strangers. I got to put my glasses on again. And it's basically, you can go to akindstranger.com. It's totally free. And it's basically a way you can sign up for a 30-minute session. And the premise is really simple. I'm just going to read it. Donate 30 minutes of your time virtually to someone who needs it. So it's a way of reaching out. Seth's going to put it up. There you go. Go to akindstranger.com.
You can either ask for help, whatever help you need, or you can just donate. And one of the things you can give is a friendly face. This is very isolating. So you could just literally FaceTime with somebody and they can contact you by email. I put down a friendly face and 4 dogs to say hello, because some people just love seeing dogs playing around.
But tell them what they're doing, and then we're going to move on to Dr. LaPook, number 3 here that she was saying.
Oh, this is very important. Right now, NYU Langone, which is the big medical center in New York, is really working overtime because there are a lot of cases happening in New York. So she wrote, we're working to get some messages of encouragement to the staff of NYU Langone who are working on the front lines of this pandemic. Send them a quick message of support here. You go to akindstranger.com, and then it's just /NYU. So akindstranger.com/NYU. It's a great website, and we love Blake.
So speaking of hospitals, doctors, let's bring on Dr. John LaPook, shall we?
Again, hi, Dr. LaPook.
Hi, guys.
Entertainment show, and yet we have our own chief medical correspondent. He's chief medical correspondent of CBS and Stars in the House. Hi, Dr. LaPook.
I like to say that you're the spoonful of sugar that helps the medicine go down. And we have to, I just got off the phone with Tony Fauci, who's the head of infectious diseases for the NIH, Anthony Fauci,
yes, sir.
National hero. And I talked to him about a piece I'm going to do on Sunday for CBS Sunday Morning. I'm going to give a straight to camera right at the beginning of the broadcast of the show, giving sort of the latest. And I went over messaging with him, and we talked, you mentioned it, good for you, about social distancing, about flattening the curve. He said, you cannot say that enough. So I'd like every single time to start off saying it. We have this opportunity, like right now, I'm talking in the next 2 to 4 weeks and the president has a thing at about 15 days of actually making a difference. And why is that? Because with an epidemic, you get a big peak at the beginning. That peak can see an overload of the healthcare system, not enough healthcare professionals, not enough beds, not enough medical supplies. But if we can blunt it, if we can flatten the curve, we can make a difference. We know it makes a difference from China and South Korea. And so the measures we're talking about is hand washing. I know it seems like something your mother told you. Very serious, life-saving, 20 seconds, every part, the tips of the fingers, especially the backs and the front, with soap and water.
And the thumbs. I forgot about the thumbs till I saw the CDC video. I forgot. You got to do the thumbs too.
Yeah, prehensile. And if you're using that, here's a little thing. If I actually was doing this wrong until about 10 years ago when I took a hospital course. Purell or those alcohol things, we miss the tips of our fingers. So put some in the kind of the ball, like the palm of your hands. Put your fingers in first, your fingers, and then make sure then you get everything, every single thing. Don't miss the fingertips, okay? When you cough or sneeze, into a tissue or into the crook of your arm, and then social distancing, basically staying away from each other as much as possible. We know it works. And thank you for the shout out to the millennials. Yesterday, Dr. Deborah Birx, BIRX, who's on that, the Corona task force that the president has, she specifically said, look, we know that the elderly and the people with underlying medical conditions like high blood pressure and heart disease and diabetes and a compromised immune system, weakened immune system, they're at most risk. But guess what? People in their 20s, 30s, and 40s can also get very sick. And if they're not sick, they can still get a little bit sick or have no symptoms and spread it to mom, grandmom, granddad. And, I think about my dad, who was a member of the greatest generation. He died a couple of years ago, a few months shy of 100. He was in the Battle of the Bulge. I mean, think about what our parents, my mother and my father did to try to sacrifice. And all we're asking millennials to do is don't go out and party on the beach, stay home, stay on the couch and do nothing. That's not asking too much to do nothing. Anyway, and I love the kindness message. We're distancing ourselves from each other. Everybody needs to be together. It's good for your health. It helps you sleep better. And when you sleep better, your immune system can repair. So I love what you're doing. And that's getting that message out to millennials, which is not a typical audience for the CBS Evening News or CBS News necessarily. I love being able to do this, which is why I'm giving an hour each day when I can, 2 to 3. And 8 to 9. I have to tell you something you don't know, which is tomorrow at 2 o'clock for an hour. There's going to be an hour broadcast for Doctors Radio at NYU. So I'm going to have to be on that. I'm going to be with the CEO, with Dr. Grossman, who was in there, and with the various heads of people who are involved with this. So
I don't think our contract with you allows you for competition.
Yeah. So I thought this was a good kind of intimate way to let you know when.
Be on our good behavior, John.
No,
I see.
We'll talk to HR. Okay, we're gonna bring you back later.
Okay.
If you have any questions for Dr. LaPook, please post them in comments, and we'll ask him when he comes back.
Thanks, guys. You guys are great.
Talk to you soon. By the way, I love all the comments happening on the side. My good pal, ever since high school, my pal Whitney Mallon is watching. Hi, Whitney. We've known each other since English A in 9th grade, which I did not deserve to be in. And we have a great question here. We've been saying this. You've got to social distance. I actually saw sort of a kind of fun fundraiser yesterday with a singer and a pianist that don't live together, standing right next to each other. And I was just like, you guys, stay in your damn house. I love that you want to fundraise.
Unless you already live together.
Right, like we do.
Right.
So Elisa just asked, what does that say? Seth,
what video streaming service are you using? And we're using StreamYard.
StreamYard.com. So Orlando Shakes, use StreamYard.com. We're so bad technically, and we're able to use it. I mean,
That's right.
We're really not good.
That's right.
And I just helped Andréa Martin set it up. And Andréa Martin, let me just put it this way. Andréa Martin was writing her novel and it literally completely deleted from her laptop. Not like, oh, I lost it. It deleted because she's not good at computers. James brought it back, but that's her level.
I just happened to have it on my laptop. Otherwise, she would have had a book.
But we taught her how to do StreamYard. It is not hard at all. Okay, we got to bring in our first guest. I'm so excited. Broadway star, Tony nominee.
And our good friend, Anika Larsen.
Hi, hey guys.
You're in your house. I love how pretentious you have a Bach book in back of you. Why is that there?
That was Freddie, my husband.
Okay. All right, Freddie, your husband is a trumpet player.
Yes.
Wait. You're cutting out when you do. Wait, one more time. Go.
Bach is his favorite, so he likes to have it on our piano. No one actually plays this piano. Nobody knows how to play the piano, but I believe in like homes having piano. I love the time like when every home had a piano, and a colleague of his offered it to him for free if he would just get it out of the house. So we were like, yeah, we'll take it. Somebody's going to play it someday. One of our children.
This is for Freddie.
Just playing with you over there.
Go C minor.
C minor.
So Anika Larsen, by the way, we got to mention that Call Me Adam thing. Where is that? Because you have a fabulous CD, I know.
Oh, right. Okay.
You have a fabulous CD.
That while you're doing
and if people go to Call Me, oh my God, there it is. Sing You to Sleep. And Anika's very like, I don't want attention. She's a Broadway star, yet she doesn't want attention, and it's true. So she's like, people wanted her to make a CD, and she's like, why would I make a CD? Anyway, why did you finally make this CD?
Because I realized babysitting was always my gig, my after school job or my day job once I was an actor. And I would always sing to my nieces and nephews and stuff. And I thought, ooh, what about an album of lullabies, but lullabies for all ages? Wouldn't that be so? Like, then there'd be like a purpose to it instead of just like everybody listen to Anika sing covers of songs she didn't write. So at least it felt like there was a reason for it to exist. So we did it. So it's the fun thing about it I'm very proud of is that it's every song gets consecutively slower as time goes by, which is a trick from my babysitting, which is helpful in terms of so play it in order. But
then you have sort of the surprise at the end. The last one is just to wake them the hell up. What? So listen, if you go to the if you go to the Facebook of Call Me Adam, or on Twitter, if you go to @CallMeAdamNYC, after you donate to the Actors Fund, you're going to be entered into a drawing to win a copy of Anika's CD. And there are going to be 5 winners, and it's such a great CD. So it's Twitter is @CallMeAdamNYC, or look on Facebook, Call Me Adam. Don't forget, be donating to the Actors Fund. Yes.
Or you can go to my Facebook fan page, Anika, Anika, Larsen, Larsen. It was written wrong in the little artwork.
It was.
It's okay. Jonathan Larsen, he spells it that way. It's valid. But if you go to my fan page, the link is also there.
Great.
So, girlfriend McGuire, I want you to do this first song with your husband on trumpet. Am I correct?
Yes, he played with me. It's the first song on the album. And he played with me back when we did it. There's Freddie.
Nice. How's everyone doing?
We're fine. We're socially distancing. All right.
Sure.
This is from the album, but it's live. I'm going to take myself out of the stream.
There we go. There's room for everybody. Can they see the trumpet?
Yeah.
All right, let's hit it. Summertime and the living is easy. Fish are jumping and the cotton is high. Oh, your mama's rich and your daddy's good looking. Little baby, don't you cry. One of these mornings, you're gonna rise up singing. Then you'll spread your wings and you'll take to the sky. But till that morning, there's nothing can harm you. With mama and daddy standing by. Take it, baby. Don't you cry.
Yes.
Hey.
Nice.
Oh my God. I love, oh, hold on. You just got clapping from Dr. LaPook.
That's so great.
Thank you so much.
Fantastic.
I clean my face a lot now, so I just want everyone to know that.
By the way, speaking of Dr. LaPook, do you have any questions you'd like to ask for the nice man?
Us?
Yes.
You know, I was thinking about that. I think that we all have the small questions or like the details about what we can actually do, that we can control. And it feels like the question everybody really wants answered, that's sort of at the root of all of our anxiety, is one that I don't know that you can answer, which is sort of, we all want to be able to plan, and when do we get to come out of our houses? When is this over? When does Broadway start again? And I'm not sure that that's a question you can answer.
I know. Nobody likes uncertainty, right? I mean, that's the stock market hates it. I personally hate it. And nobody likes feeling out of control. But so the answer is, you're right. Nobody really knows. But let's concentrate on the next 15 days, the next month. but certainly the next 15 days. I've been looking at all these graphs that are coming out of then, these studies and modeling that are coming out of places from around the world. And there's no doubt that we have this opportunity right now, which is precious, to flatten that curve. So I think everybody everywhere, the thought that, I'm not in a hot spot, so I'm not going to do it, that's nuts. Because let's just assume that it's everywhere and that we haven't had enough tests to know that.
Right.
And there's really no downside to overdoing it. And I know it sounds so simple, but the hand washing is important, or the alcohol-based, stuff. If you don't have the soap and water is fine. Coughing into the crook of your arm or into a tissue, and this social distancing, man. It's certainly the most vulnerable are the people who are older and with the underlying conditions, but everybody's got to do it. The millennials have to do it. I know the millennials are taking it on the chin now. Be nice to a millennial now, because everybody is really, looking at them and saying, look, stop it. You have to be responsible. Don't be selfish.
Please don't be selfish. Dr. LaPook, please come back. And just so you know, yay, Anika and Freddie.
Again?
Oh my goodness, that was stunning. Love, love, love the song. Absolutely amazing. But one of the most vital questions is, Anika, who's watching the kids?
Netflix. They are downstairs. We're hoping it'll last. Just wreck everything.
Side note, at the end of our show, we always, quote unquote, release the dogs and they all come running. Our little bagel has a limp today because he was running too much. So instead of releasing our dogs, we're going to release your angels.
Our puppies.
Sure.
Yes.
Your two dogs. Okay, so
I have some donations and then you're going to take
yeah, so
over,
while we're doing these donations, Anika, can you get something ready on a certain phone?
I sure can.
Okay, so I'm going to
donations, actorsfund.org.
Right. Well, and let's just remind everyone that Actors Fund helps people not just in New York, not just in LA, but all over the country.
And not just
actors.
Everybody.
Everyone. That's
field.
right. So here we go. Vaden from Nashville, Tennessee, $100.
Wow.
Michael, this is just during the show. Michael from Pennsylvania, $100. Barbara from Maryland, $51. Sarah from Texas, $51. It's emotional having Anika on here and doing this. Because Anika is such a good friend, and so is Freddie, and it's especially emotional doing it with you. Sarah from Texas, 51. Robin from the Bronx, 103. John from Los Angeles, 103. Sarah from Maryland, 51. Amber from Connecticut, 25. Tori from Florida, 25. Patricia from Pennsylvania, 25. Fran from Michigan, 51. And Randy from New Jersey, $5.
Yay.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Randy from New Jersey,
51.
51.
51. I can't read, but I'm trying to do it without the glasses.
$46 off.
Go, Seth.
Love James so much. What a great guy. Sweet man. Okay, so...
Wait, can I just pause for a second? I'm going to interrupt you. And just, I don't know if enough people are doing this, but just thank you guys for doing this. You always pick up the mantle and run with it when there's a need. And I know yesterday we had a moment, we were rehearsing for this, and it was suddenly like the sun came through the clouds, and we got to do the thing we love to do and be us fully realized. And I know we've talked a lot about that, about the need for the arts now and how artists need to perform. So I just want to thank you for giving us the chance to be on today. The joy it's bringing us. Freddie read this article about Italian musicians playing out their windows, and that made me cry. So we said, we're going to do that. We have a porch. We're going to go on our porch. It's going to be 70 degrees tomorrow. We're telling our neighbors right now, you heard it here first. We're going to invite our neighbors to come sit in our driveway 6 feet apart from each other. And it's going to be a weekly thing that we do, super informal. Bring food and beverages and don't share. And we're just going to play and be and do what we do. And, we're also trying to find the ways that we can give back and help and do. And so thank you guys for doing it on this. That'll be such a micro scale. Thank you for doing it on such a large scale.
I love it though. We should do a hashtag porch concerts and see who else is going to do that.
Yeah.
Let's start that hashtag. I'm going to post this right now. So Anika, we're wondering, life changes right now. And we're wondering how people are adjusting. And I know that you have a birthday in your family. You want to talk about what was planned?
Yeah. So today exactly is my mom's 75th birthday.
Wow, that's great.
And she's had kind of a rough go of it she lost her husband last year, and she had surgery for breast cancer and radiation treatments this winter. And so her 5 daughters, we pull down the picture. So I have 9 brothers and sisters and 5 girls, 5 boys. And so the 5, this is her circa 80 something. So all the 5 daughters were going to get in the car and go for a road trip up to visit my mom in Rhode Island. And
oh, hold on. Wait, hold on. I cut you out. Here, go back one time. They were going to do what?
Mom, we just didn't want to bring her 5 different sets of germs from 5 places. It just didn't seem smart considering her age and considering she just had some serious medical stuff going on. So hopefully this makes up for it, Mom. Happy birthday. Maybe I'll call her right now.
Yes.
Let's see.
Hey, Mom, answer your phone.
Yeah.
Mrs. Larsen.
We're calling.
I just saw you guys all together. Hold on.
We're waiting. Connecting. There's Mom.
Hi. Oh, hi.
Happy birthday, Mom.
Happy birthday. Can we
Mom,
also...
you guys from the cruise. Hi. Mom is usually our babysitter at times like this.
We need you.
She
Can we
wasn't.
all... Everybody watching, can we sing like a virtual happy birthday? What's your mom's first name?
Yes. Okay. So, Mom, we're gonna all sing. Everybody who's watching in their own quiet homes. Everybody watching is gonna sing happy birthday to you right now. Okay. Trey's gonna play.
Yeah.
All right. Ready? Here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Mom. Happy birthday to you. I love you. She's crying. Oh, there's other people crying. All right. Oh, it's the delay. I love you, Mom. Thank you, Seth.
I was so happy.
I love you. Bye.
Okay, we're bringing up happy birthday. We're bringing up another special guest star. He didn't write happy birthday, but boy, he's written some amazing stuff. One of them being a certain Pulitzer Prize winning, Tony Award winning, Next to Normal. The man's name is Tom Kitt. Tom Kitt, hi.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, Tom.
Hi.
Tom Kitt, we're so excited you're here. You have the nerve to have 2 shows that are happening. You're so prolific. I can't take it. What sign are you, by the way?
Pisces.
Hey, so am I. When's your birthday?
February 28th.
Wait
a minute. You have the same birthday.
Are you February 28th?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Do you know who else is? Brent Barrett, Kelly Bishop, Zero Mostel, Bernadette Peters, Tommy Tune. Tom Kitt, I can't believe we have the same birthday.
And Bill Finn.
And Bill Finn. And by the way, as Will Swenson says anyway, between the 2 of us, Tom, we have 1 Tony Award. I have none. Anyway, so you're doing Flying Over Sunset, which we should also bring on. We should have Carmen Cusack and everybody come on. But your other show you're doing is called Almost Famous. So talk about your involvement with Almost Famous, from the movie to the musical.
Well, it's such a great gift to have Almost Famous in my life. First, because of Cameron Crowe. He's somebody whose writing I have revered, and it's meant so much to me in my life. And he's just one of those people that you think, God, if I could ever meet that person, work with that person. And suddenly when this was happening, I jumped at the chance to get to write it with him. And we have an incredible team, incredible company, Anika Larsen right at the center of that. It's just been a joy every step of the way. And we actually just got to go into the studio and all be together and do some tracks together. So really excited about that show and grateful that I get to work on it.
You're writing music and you're co-writing lyrics with Cameron Crowe, right?
Correct.
So it went from I would love to meet him one day to you're literally collaborating side by side.
Yeah, and also, when you're friends with Cameron, every so often you get a text, "Hey, I just found this nobody's ever heard this snippet from blah 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 rock star that I wanted to share with you," and so I'm literally freaking out at just the memorabilia and the history that he has at his fingertips, and he really is an encyclopedia. I've learned so much from him and continue to, not just about humanity and I always say that he writes the kind of characters and dialogue that we wish everyday life we were expressing ourselves in. So I just think he's a true poet.
I know you're not officially allowed to say it, but as far as I know, the show is definitely coming to Broadway. It got amazing reviews when it was out of town. I don't want to, tip any hands, but I'm sure it's going to come to Broadway. Describe Anika's role, if you will, and then, who does she play? She plays Almost or Famous? Which...
She's both. She's almost and she's famous.
Yeah.
Anika steps into the iconic role that Frances McDormand played in the film, and she's just she's incredible. I mean, we all know that Frances McDormand is just an unbelievable talent. And Anika has come into it and made it her own in this beautiful, special way. And I can also let Anika speak about, the what it's meant to her to play this role and to play someone who's so close to our wonderful author's heart.
Well, you're playing a mom, Anika. Now you actually are a mom.
Yeah, no, I mean, 5 years ago, before kids, I wouldn't be able to do it as well. I wouldn't. It's so easy to understand, the mom of 2 boys, and so to be the mother of this son, and also it's the show is autobiographical, so I'm playing Cameron's mom, so it's in all of the writing and the sort of developing her and giving her more to say and more to sing. All he's doing is thinking, what would my mom say, and then Tom helps put it to music. She's so incredibly three-dimensional, and she's just a phenomenon. She's just a phenomenal woman, and an extraordinary mother, flawed, like all interesting characters are, but a really, really cool woman to be able to play. And it's incredibly meaningful. There's been all these crazy, I call it the sort of 1,000 layers of serendipitous motherhood about all of this. I mean, the fact that the show takes place in 1973, I was born in 1973. My mom, who you just met, was pregnant with me in the spring of 73 when the show took place. And actually one of her maternity shirts that she wore when she was pregnant with me, I wear in the show.
Oh,
so much of it is vintage. Yeah. David Zinn, our costumer, I showed it to him and I was like, don't feel any pressure. And then there was a scene where it worked. So there's all of this sort of crazy kismet and just from the beginning, I've been so grateful that I was from the first reading, they asked me to do this and I connected to her and Cameron and Tom have entrusted me. It really feels like, honestly, and I'm not being coy when I say this, like all I have to do is say or sing the words and get out of the way. It's all the work is done for me. It's so easy. It's so beautiful. I can't wait for everybody to see it.
Well, guess what? People are going to see something. Tom has graciously allowed Anika to sing a song from the show, which is pretty rare. But don't forget, we're doing this all for the Actors Fund. You see on the bottom, it's scrolling, donate at actorsfund.org. We're getting wonderful donations. I mean, I was going to have someone just wrote something very sweet. Look at this. I just donated $20. Sorry, I couldn't do more, but income is a bit of a question. Boy, is it a question. It's all I could spare from Birmingham in the UK. I mean, it's really incredible. So Anika, Tom, why don't you guys set up the song? I'm going to take myself off screen. I'm going to see what this sounds like.
Tom, this is the first time. If you weren't in San Diego at the Old Globe, you didn't hear, nobody's heard music from the show.
That's exactly right.
Right?
Exactly right.
I feel the weight of that. I can handle it, but I'm a little nervous.
And this is actually one of the first songs that we wrote. I know for me, it really expresses what's at the center of a parent's heart. This idea that at a certain point you have to let your child go and go on a journey of discovery and sort of let them live their life. But at the same time, as a parent, you know what awaits them and it scares you to death. So it's that juxtaposition of wanting to be a good parent who protects, but also a good parent who lets your child live their life.
Yeah. So my son has just come to me and asked to go out on this rock concert tour, and I don't feel good about it, but I'm scared to lose him. So I let him go and then feel immediately worried. Tom Kitt on the keys, by the way. He's the one thing I have now. The others went away, and I can't afford to lose him too. He has dreams he must chase now, and they might lead him astray. So what is it that I'm supposed to do? I pull tighter, but he gets loose. I confront him, but he makes an excuse. I fear I may be losing my touch. It's a burden, you see, to have such wisdom in me. 'Cause he knows too little, and I know too much. Yeah, he knows too little, and I know too much. He needs his independence. He long as he is still dependent on me. The world has lots to offer, lots of misery and pain. And Hemingway would still be here if he learned to abstain. You go to school for learning, but this they will not teach. They like it when you're drowning miles away from any beach. So why go through the anguish, the suffering and strife? Be happy with a less unhappy life. Oh. So be careful, be prudent and wise. Don't become someone I don't recognize. Keep away from empty vessels and such. Be the man, the boy that I raised, with a mother who's crazed, that you know too little, and I know too much. Yeah, he knows too little, and I know too much.
So great.
Wow.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Anika.
Wow, Tom, that's a beautiful phrase. He knows so little, I don't know too much. Where did that phrase come from?
That was something Cameron came up with. That was in the very first draft that he shared, and it leapt out as a song, as you recognize. It's a beautiful statement about
Being a parent.
Sums up being a parent. Yeah, exactly right.
Wow, that is beautiful. All right, Tom, thank you so much. Thank you for letting us witness that.
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
We'll have Tom back.
Yeah,
I'm
Tom,
sure.
you're definitely gonna come back. And I'm gonna have I would love to have Sherry Scott and you guys do some sassy tracks from Everyday Rapture. So next thing you'll be back.
You'll be back.
You'll be back.
Bye, Tom.
Bye. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. For people who are watching, this is time for Q&A. Anika, so put up your questions. Anika,
yeah, questions for Anika or Dr. LaPook.
Right, and Anika wanted to show this to you because look what Kelly just wrote. Ann and I are watching and loving every minute. Just made our donation. Thank you, Seth and James, for always stepping up. Well, I'm not going to read about us, but I wanted to share because Kelly and Ann are friends of ours. So
yeah, they run this fabulous cruise company. As you know, we're all hurting the cruise company. So Kelly and Ann will be back as we stay in the business, and of course, we all know that. That's just everyone say that. Oh, look at this. Thank you. Oh, well, of course, it's a gorgeous song. Watching my dad.
Aww.
Anika, you made me cry again. Oh, brava. Okay, so any questions for Dr. LaPook? And also, James.
Well, while we're waiting for people, where is that, Seth? So, Dr. LaPook, I was telling you I had a question. So I was reading Politico or New York Times or whatever it was, and then one of those Google ads came up, and it was a person wearing a mask, and the mask, the ad said, "Protect yourself wherever you go from viruses and air particles." Truth, fiction, what's the deal?
Yeah. Okay. So what people have been saying is if it's just really from droplet and you're sick, then wearing that mask can protect others from getting infected. So if you sneeze or cough, it'll get caught. But it's not a perfect fit. The virus itself is 0.1 microns. It could go through that mask. It's not like an N95. It's not perfectly fitted. So again, we've said this a few times, but for people who are thinking of getting their own N95s at home, I did see an email from a doctor in the intensive care unit up in the Northwest who was taking care of very sick people who said, "We've run out of N95 masks." And then in parenthesis, basically, "Thanks a lot, hoarders." So I know it's a natural instinct. I might as well get 100 N95 masks. No, we need them where they're being used. If you want, I just got a transcript of I won't read the whole thing, of the White House briefing, which I think could give people some very much up-to-date stuff that's coming out of the White House task force. I'll make it kind of quick. They're looking at anti-malarial drugs. You've heard about this, chloroquine, hydroxychloroquine. They don't know if it works. There's another drug the FDA is looking at called remdesivir. Again, investigational. They're not sure about that. Vice President Pence said tens of thousands of coronavirus tests are being performed daily. Every state and private lab is now required to report results to the CDC. That wasn't being done before, so that's good. We'll get an idea of the numbers. Expect to see an increase in the number of cases because now test results are rolling in. We weren't testing before. Honeywell and 3M have increased production on N95 masks, and 3M is manufacturing 35 million masks per month. Pence said the administration was increasingly confident that in the U.S. that they'll have the ventilators it needs. That remains to be seen. That could be a big issue. And then finally, Deborah Birx said positive tests for coronavirus are in the 10 to 11% range. This is interesting. 50% of the cases are from 3 states. 50% of the cases come from 10 counties. And then our Surgeon General Adams asked Americans to donate blood. I guess there's a shortage.
Right. Hey, one more, and then we're going to go to a question for Anika. But Doctor, this is one I'm curious about. Is it safe to pump your own gas?
Yeah, I mean, you have to think about what we're now learning about the virus. It can be for several days on hard surfaces. So I think it's on cardboard, it's like a day, but on plastic or on metal, it can be 2 to 3 days, perhaps even more. So get that wipe, whatever it is that you're using, Clorox or whatever. I think it's better to be safe than sorry. And yeah, you should assume that every surface that somebody was there before you and put their hand down, and now we don't know how long it lasts. So
I basically put the Clorox wipe on my hand and I grab something. I mean, is that okay? Instead of wiping it down, I just keep it over my hand.
Yeah, again, you have to think about if you use that same Clorox wipe,
I just keep it on that one thing.
And then remember that you got Clorox on your hand. So then
Right. Anika, here's a question for you. Oh, no, that's not it. Where is it?
Right
Anika,
above.
here we go. Hey, Anika, if you could start with any other performer in an original musical, who would it be?
People always ask these questions that are so hard.
I know.
I threw it at you anyway.
You can name a couple.
You know what? You always should go with the first thing that came to your mind. And Jessie Mueller came to my mind. I mean, I know I did do Beautiful with her, but it was such a joy that I would do anything ever, anywhere with her again.
Well, I would like to say something. Dr. LaPook, take a break for just a moment. So I just want to say it's really important to keep in touch with close friends. Very, very important. And because of that, we have Jessie Mueller.
I didn't know. I swear to God. That is amazing.
You are so beautiful.
Win.
Anika and I were just talking on the phone yesterday. Seth and James, you guys didn't know that, but she called me while she was on a walk with the kids. So she was getting the fresh air for me.
I love that. So we really think it's so important to just FaceTime friends and talk to friends. The social distancing is really isolating. And this is our new thing. We're going to try to surprise our guests with like various friends who want to say, hey. So Jessie and Anika.
Wait, I'm poking you.
Oh, it's not the Brady Bunch. Hey, listen, Jessie, we got a vital question from Maya. She said on the Beautiful vlog, you claimed you were going to find out Anika's favorite sandwich and you never did. So what's up with that?
Anika, what's your favorite sandwich? I don't remember this.
You have to go with the first thing that comes in your mind. I haven't had one in years, but my dad used to make them for us all the time. Peanut butter and bacon.
Oh,
yeah, I am ostensibly a vegetarian. I'm a terrible vegetarian.
That sounds good. Remember, you also used to like those. That one place was doing like the banh mi sandwiches with the grilled peach or something while we were doing Beautiful. Remember that?
Yes, like up on 50 something.
Yes,
between 6 and 7.
So if you don't know, Jessie was Carole King and Anika Larsen was her sidekick. What was that song you sang at the very end where you say your name? You spell out your name.
W-E-I-L, Cynthia Weil.
Yeah, Cynthia Weil. I love that. So listen, Jessie Mueller is going to come back and do her own full sassy show with some sassy singing, but I wanted you two to connect. Jessie, what are you doing to sort of stay home and
be healthy?
Yeah,
what are you doing to be healthy?
I'm making lots of lists. I'm drinking lots of liquids, connecting with friends. I'm about to bust out this coloring book. There's paperwork. There's, like I said, lots of lists. I think I'm going to shred some paper, and I'm washing my hands a lot. And I'm very glad Dr. LaPook did the thing about the fingertips. I didn't know about the fingertips, if that makes sense.
Oh, yeah. Let's
right?
So thumbs up. Dr. LaPook, look at that. Jessie, a Tony Award winner, is taking your advice.
Hey, listen, I didn't know until I took this hospital course, which I always hated doing every year. And I said, oh my gosh, I've been doing it wrong. I was like, 10 years ago.
But that's brilliant. That makes so much sense.
It's such a good idea. And I have one other suggestion. Everybody who's watching right now, think of 3 people in your life who might be alone and reach out to them today. 3 people.
I love that. Okay, so Dr. Pook, we're going to bring you back. I have a vital question. What is this?
What is this?
So,
Or is this real? Is this really happening?
So if you don't know, this is every single day, 2 p.m., 8 p.m., live, Eastern. We're raising money for the Actors Fund. You go to actorsfund.org. We always have stars, and we always have a chief medical correspondent. That's just us.
There's so many different meanings.
What is this?
What is this?
You're like, why did the one girl curl her hair and that other kid showed up looking unshowered? What is this?
Why is that the line reading? Jessie Mueller, you were in the middle of doing a Broadway show and everything stopped. Are you just like a full robot with your arm like that? There's the show. Oh my God.
Well, this is the Steppenwolf sweatshirt. Yes, I'm really here to keep the minutes of this live stream. So I've been
Well played.
I've been notating it.
She's
I'm
gonna
here
get back to
typing.
work.
That's the show, by the way, the minutes. All right.
This part is fascinating.
We'll see you soon, Jessie.
Thank you, Jessie. Anika Larsen, today,
Not only is her mom's birthday, but it's the anniversary of a certain show that you starred in on Broadway.
Yes.
and it's the anniversary of the off-Broadway opening of Avenue Q. And who was there but John Tartaglia?
Oh, hi.
Hi, Johnny.
Anika. Oh, Anika.
Rod. Hi, Rod.
Hi, Anika. Oh, it's been so long.
It's so good to see you.
It's so good to see you too. I can't figure out how to work this thing. It's crazy. Anyway, hi. Oh, Seth and James, look at you two. It's like a flashback to Regis and Kelly before, when they liked each other. Oh. Stop. I shouldn't say okay.
So, Rod, what was it like when you won the Tony Award for Avenue Q?
Oh, it was mind blowing. We didn't expect it. We thought it was going to be Wicked for sure.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people asked if we knew. We did not know. We had no idea. And we were just glad. You know, Stephanie DeBruzer always says she was glad that we were even invited to the party. I agree with that. We were just happy to be at the party. We were like the nerds at the table eating the food. We were just happy to be there. You know.
How old were you when you got nominated for that Tony Award?
Are you talking to him?
I'm talking to actually JT.
Oh, hi everyone. I was 25.
How incredible is that to get a Tony nomination at that age, man?
Yeah, I didn't expect it. Well, and it was my first Broadway show, and I had puppets on my hands, so it was like the most like surreal, like not expected thing in the entire world. I still don't believe it, actually.
Okay, so Johnny, I have to actually have you back because you have to recreate your Lion King audition with full hands because I'm so obsessed with that. So I'm gonna have you back.
Okay.
And by the way, where are you right now? Where am I talking to you?
I'm in California. I'm in Los Angeles.
And you're holed up in your house. You're still hosting SiriusXM every Sunday Fun Day.
I am every Sunday 2 to 8 p.m. Eastern Time on Channel 72. I always give a shout out to your show too. Do you know that? I always give a shout out to Seth Speaks. Always.
We listen to you. And what are you doing during this time of social distancing?
Well, you know, so I'm out here because I work part-time for the Jim Henson Company. So I've been doing, luckily, a lot of writing, a lot of script meetings and things like that, like which we can do virtually. Thank goodness for FaceTime and stuff like that. But I've been doing just a lot of like creative stuff. I actually finding like crafting time. Like I'm getting to that point, like, what is it, day 5 or 6? Actually one of our, a friend of mine actually has, COVID-19. And so I kind of like self-quarantined to be safe for a few weeks just to make sure. Luckily he's okay now, but so yeah, I've just been doing a lot of like crafting and puppet making and writing and yeah, it's amazing what you can get done when you have those hours.
Yeah, and by the way, Rod's head is really big. Okay,
yeah, I'm large. Wide angle, baby. Wide angle.
I'm out.
Thank you, Rod. Thank you, John.
Thank you, Johnny. Happy Avenue Q anniversary.
I love you, Anika. Happy anniversary.
Okay, so Anika, we're gonna do.
But now you're gonna make me follow a real puppeteer. I just act like a puppeteer.
I'm just gonna announce
a real puppet. That's a nice puppet. Let's just everybody lower your expectations right now.
Let me just announce the stress Anika had to go through at one point. She was closing Avenue Q on Broadway. She was in the closing company, so she was going through the emotion of knowing the show was closing. That kind of sadness. On top of that, she knew the whole original cast was in the audience watching the final performance and ostensibly judging her. I mean, you can't help it. Being watched by the original cast, Plus, she knew the show was going to reopen in a month off Broadway, and they were deciding what cast to go with it. So she was devastated from the show closing, being judged by the original cast, and basically auditioning. So if you handle that stress, dear, you can handle this stress.
You remember everything. His mind, unreal.
You went to Yale. Okay, so we're going to do a song. You're going to play the character of Lucy the Slut with your own kind of makeshift puppet, which I'm obsessed with. Where'd you get this puppet?
Online. It's like driving a Pinto after you've been driving a Lexus, but
it's all good. So you'll be Lucy the Slut. It's my piano accompaniment and sexy trumpet playing from your husband, Freddie. Yeah. Perfect.
There's a sax solo. He's going to make it a trumpet solo.
Oh, I'll get my sax.
All right.
Happy anniversary, Avenue Q.
Yes, happy anniversary. Here, wait. Let me make sure she's ready.
Yes.
Here she goes. Okay. But I don't want to cover you.
No, you cover me. I'm good back here.
All right. Play.
Hold on, Anika. This person.
You see a little comment? Is that true?
It's my sister.
Oh,
it's your sister.
Is that? Oh my God, it's Britta. I didn't realize that. Hi, Britta.
Yes, so she does know the true story. Yes, my dresser at Beautiful said, "Would you like to go on a blind date with the trumpet player named Freddie?" And the day we recorded the Beautiful album, I was anxious all day. You can hear it in my voice, maybe on the cast album. I went straight from the recording studio to BB King's, and I watched him play for an hour and a half. And I thought, he's hot. Boy, can he play the trumpet. Please let us have something to talk about. And we did.
Your two sons. All right, go enjoy. Hit it.
I can make you feel special when it sucks to be you. Let me make you feel special for an hour or two. Your life's a routine that repeats each day. No one cares who you are or what you say. And sometimes you feel like you're nobody, but you can feel like somebody with me. Play friend. I would self-isolate from him. When we're together, the earth will shake and the stars will fall into the sea. So come on, baby, let down your guard. When your date's in the bathroom, I'll slip you my card. I can tell just by looking that you've got it hard for me. I can tell by you looking that you got it especially hard for me.
Va on every level. Woo! Oh, the doggy's out too. Okay, that was so great, and the sound was amazing.
The sound was great.
Okay,
Amazing.
we're going to close with donations.
Close with donations while Freddie gets two
Puppies.
special. Yeah, exactly. Your puppies. Christine from California, $51. Adam from New Jersey, $75. Stephen from New Jersey, $51. Ty from Los Angeles, $103. Lane from California, $51. Stacy from New Jersey, $50. Stuart from New York, $206. William from Washington, D.C., $51. Lauren from Florida, $25. Kerry from North Carolina, $51. Brittany from New York, $51. And Elizabeth from New York, $103. Thank you all.
Oh my God, the doggies are out, as we say.
This is me, and this is Asha.
Hi,
and what we are doing to make the most of our time during this time is we are toilet training Asha, who yesterday had his first day with no accidents.
Yay!
To harmonize. If we can, he has his 20-second song that he sings when he washes his hands. Do you
I
want
want to hear it.
I know how Why don't you sing It's a Hard Knock Life for everybody, okay?
Okay. It's a hard knock life for us. It's a hard knock life for us.
Pitch.
Down the octave.
Yeah.
Asha, you know what the name of this dog is? The name of my dog is Ash.
Oh, really? Yay! Yeah, Keith switches octaves all the time. It's crazy.
Wait, I love.
My mom.
But the pitch was amazing.
He's got good.
The family band is on.
You guys still got going on. All right, so listen, tonight we're going to be back with Kayala Settle from The Greatest Showman, who's going to be singing so many songs.
Yeah, and she's going to be wearing her full glam. She's going to wear what she wore to the Oscars, Christian Siriano. So Seth and I are going to be wearing our jackets. Julie's about to give me a haircut. We're going to be all dolled up, as it were, to match Kayala as best as we can. And we'll be back at 8 o'clock.
That's 8 p.m. tonight. Dr. LaPook will be here tonight. Yeah, we'll see you tonight.
See you later.
And don't forget, go to the Twitter at CallMeAdamNYC. Donate to the Actors Fund, and you'll be entered to win Anika's fabulous CD.
Oh, hold on, and I forgot. Adam Feldman is doing shout outs every day at timeout.com/New York/theater. That's ER. And you can find theater listings that are being done virtually, so you can watch them at home and not feel alone. And he's been great in putting our listing up there /theater. And and what's your Twitter handle and all that? Because we keep forgetting to say that.
Mine is just at Seth Rudetsky.
And I'm James Wesley, NYC. All right, we'll see you at 8.
Bye, everybody.
Yes.
Bye. Bye.
And podcast.